You think domination is loud. A slammed door, a raised voice, a threat. That's the beginner's version. Real control is quieter. So quiet you call it my decision. You didn't go soft by accident. You didn't become agreeable by nature. Your will was edited, one harmless moment at a time, by people who never had to raise their voice. You know the first symptom: heat behind your eyes, dry mouth, jaw tight, then loose, then tight again, your thumb hovering like it's asking permission. And you call it being calm. No, that's your body negotiating for safety. Lao Tzu understood what most people sterilize into decor. The soft doesn't win because it is kind. The soft wins because it can apply pressure without exposing itself. Water doesn't argue with stone. It returns, again, until the shape changes. That's silent domination.
Pressure without fingerprints. And if you're honest, you felt it. Not as violence, as atmosphere. Someone doesn't demand. They wait. They pause one beat longer than you can tolerate. They keep their face neutral. They let you fill the silence. They let you volunteer. They let you apologize. They let you over-explain. They don't force you. They train you. Here's the disturbing truth. Most people don't lose control because someone overpowered them. They lose control because they couldn't tolerate the space where power is decided. That space is silence. When the room goes quiet, your body asks one question: am I safe? And if the answer isn't immediate, your mouth starts paying. Extra context, extra kindness, extra laughter, extra checking. Extra effort offered before it was requested. You call it clarity. You call it professionalism. You call it maturity. What it really is? An invisible payment. The approval tax. And once you're paying, you've already declared yourself negotiable. Keep this clean and usable. Soft power rewrites your will through 3 levers: pace, attention, access. Pace is who sets the rhythm, who decides when the next move happens, who forces the other person to wait. Attention is what your mind is forced to track: their face, their delay, their silence, the uncertainty. Access is what you must do to stay included, to be invited, to be chosen, to be kept close. Lose those 3, and your will becomes a suggestion. You still feel like you chose it. That's the genius of it. Now the trigger. A stake you won't admit out loud. You want to be seen as competent. You want to be picked. You want to stop feeling smaller.
You want it clean, yes. You want the room to respect you. The second the stake appears, your hijacked nervous system appears with it. Breath rises. Speech speeds up. Eyes scan faces for a verdict. Shoulders lift a millimeter like you're bracing for impact. And here's the twist you don't like hearing. The other person doesn't have to dominate you. They only have to stay calm while you start bargaining. Because whoever does less in a high-stakes moment usually holds more power. Here's what makes this lethal. Soft domination doesn't push you into a corner. It leaves you in the middle of the room with no clear verdict. And your body can't tolerate no verdict. So you start narrating your intentions before anyone doubts them. You pre-apologize for taking space. You add a smile to every sentence like a security badge. You hand them options you don't want, then resent them for choosing one. You think you're preventing conflict. You're teaching the room that you can be steered. Now watch the moment your will actually gets rewritten. It's 9:12 a.m., a conference room with light that makes everyone look tired. Your name is attached to a deliverable that slipped. 5 people at the table. One of them can decide your future with a sentence. The lead doesn't shout. That would be simple. They do something worse. They stay calm. Walk us through what happened.
Your stomach drops, not emotionally, physically. A weight in the gut, a tight throat. Your fingers start tapping the table like your body is trying to escape through rhythm. You begin well. One sentence, clean, exposed. Then you notice their eyes, neutral, measuring.
And your brain interprets neutral as danger. So you add a second point to protect the first. Then a third point to protect the second. Then a timeline nobody requested. Then a blocker that has nothing to do with the question. Then you slip in a joke, a friendly little surrender, a way to soften judgment before it lands. Nobody laughs. And now your body panics, so you talk more. You are no longer explaining the delay. You are explaining your worth. Pause. This is the moment you usually lie to yourself. You tell yourself, I'm being thorough. I'm being transparent. I want to help them understand. No. You are trying to control their verdict, and the room can feel it. Because when a person is clean, they answer the question. When a person is bargaining, they decorate the answer. And decoration is always a leak. Here's the leak. In plain language. Over-explaining isn't communication. It's protection. Definition. Over-explaining is flooding the room so no one can aim at you. Trigger. A raised eyebrow, a long pause, a neutral face, a witness in the corner. Mechanism. Your body tries to outrun judgment with volume. Cost. The room stops listening for truth and starts listening for weakness. Correction. Answer once, then stop. If that line scares you, good. It means you've been using words as armor, and armor is heavy. Now zoom in on the micro behaviors. Your shoulders rise a millimeter. Your breath climbs into your chest. Your eyes dart to the lead, then away, then back. Your mouth starts with, I mean. Your laugh comes early, not because it's funny, because it releases pressure. That laugh is not friendliness. It is surrender disguised as manners. And the moment your goal changes mid-conversation, everything collapses. You came in to answer a question. Then your goal became, be liked, be safe, be approved. And the moment your goal changes, your voice changes. You can hear it. So can they. This is the fork. One path is clean, short, exposed. The other is long, decorated, defended. Your nervous system chooses the long path because it feels safer. Safer for your ego, worse for your status. And the room reacts in the only way rooms ever react to instability. They reduce access. They don't punish the delay. They punish unpredictability. Because unpredictable people perform when pressured. Performers cannot be trusted with leverage. That's the access ledger. You don't get told you're losing points. You feel it later. Less inclusion, less authority, less trust. We turn philosophy into self-mastery. And self-mastery begins where your mouth wants to bargain. So what do you do instead? You don't be confident. Confidence is a mood. Moods collapse under heat. You install a protocol, a system your body can obey while your mind is hot. And this is where Lao Tzu becomes practical. Soft power isn't softness. It's restraint that holds shape. It's calm pressure that doesn't beg. Here is the framework that stops your will from being rewritten in real time. The name is simple: the Silent Domination Counter-Protocol. Its purpose is simple. When the room matters, you stop compensating. Step 1. Name the stake in one sentence internally. Not what is happening, what could be lost. Respect, trust, a future invitation, a boundary,
a standard. If you can't name the stake, your body will.
And it will name it by acting desperate. Step 2. Name the forbidden motive, the one you pretend you don't have. I want to be seen as competent. I want them to choose me. I want to avoid shame. I want to stop feeling smaller. Say it silently. No confession, no performance. This is internal honesty, because denied motive leaks, and leak is what the room punishes. Step 3. Choose one clean outcome. One, not a blended wish list, a decision, a boundary, a request for a standard, a correction, a clear no. Step 4. Identify your compensation behavior, the move you make when you feel watched, over-explaining, joking, pleasing, correcting. You already know your favorite. Your body reaches for it like sugar. Remove it for 1 minute. Step 5. Use a controlled pause. 2 seconds. Low breath, still hands. Let the silence carry weight. Silence isn't emptiness. Silence is pressure you're not wasting. Step 6. Speak one sentence, then stop. Let your sentence stand without rescue. No extra line to soften it. No laugh. No, if that's okay. No apology for taking space. Fail condition. If you use this protocol to manipulate people into liking you, it backfires. You will sound calculated. This is not theater. This is restraint. Now, rewind the conference room. Same fluorescent light, same tired faces, same neutral eyes. They ask, "Walk us through what happened." You feel the rush, the heat in your neck, the tap in your fingers, the urge to decorate. You intercept it. Stake, respect. Forbidden motive, I want to be seen as reliable. Outcome, set the new standard. Compensation to remove, over-explaining. 2 seconds, then 1 sentence. I underestimated review time. New delivery is Thursday at 3 p.m. I need scope approval by noon to hit it. Then you stop. Watch what happens. They ask one follow-up. You answer in 1 sentence. You stop again. The room shifts, not dramatically, subtly. They stop scanning you for motive. They start scanning you for competence. That's the difference between being loud and being inevitable. Soft power doesn't beg, it holds. Hard reframe. People don't distrust you because you made one mistake. They distrust you because you looked like you needed their mercy, and need is not a sin. But unowned need becomes performance. So test yourself the next time the room heats up. Say the clean sentence. Stop. Then watch their eyes. When you're bargaining, eyes keep searching your face for motive. When you're clean, eyes drop to the facts. Timeline, standard, decision. That eye shift is the entire game. Not charisma, not dominance posturing, stability. And stability is built in tiny reps. 1 pause you didn't fill. 1 sentence you didn't rescue. 1 boundary you didn't discount. And now you understand the paradox. The person who can tolerate silence can rewrite the room. The person who cannot will be rewritten by it. Now I'm going to show you the real enemy. It isn't the loud person. It's the part of you that can't tolerate uncertainty. Because silent domination thrives on one resource, your urge to relieve tension. The room gets quiet, and you treat quiet like a threat. You treat neutral like condemnation. You treat delay like rejection. So you start paying to feel better, and the price is your authority. Here are 3 archetypes that trap you if you don't understand Lao Tzu. First, the doormat. Softness with no boundary. Always available, always agreeable, always no worries, while the jaw clenches. Second, the ice wall. Hardness with no presence. Cold, punishing, unbothered, but brittle. People don't respect it, they avoid it. Third, the river. Soft but directional. Calm but not movable. It doesn't argue, it doesn't plead, it shapes the path. Lao Tzu's soft power is the river archetype. And if you want to stop being rewritten, you have to become that caliber of calm. Now the second mechanism, pace. And here's the third lever, attention. This is where silent domination becomes surgical. They don't have to threaten you. They only have to become the most important object in your mind. A half smile, a delayed reply, a glance away mid-sentence. We'll see. And suddenly, you are no longer in the conversation. You are inside their face. Your eyes start hunting micro-signals. Your voice starts adjusting to win them back. Your body leans forward a fraction, like a hinge. That lean is the moment your will gets rewritten. Because attention is fuel. Whoever controls your attention controls your pace, and whoever controls your pace controls your choices. So ask yourself a brutal question. When they go neutral, do you stay in your frame, or do you start performing until they approve you again? Most people call that chemistry. It's not chemistry, it's conditioning. When someone slows you down without saying, "I'm controlling you," your nervous system freaks out. A delayed reply, a neutral face, a long pause after you speak, and your body responds with compensation. Extra lines, extra effort, extra softness. That compensation is your signature. That signature is how people learn your price. And once your price is known, you get extraction without force. Not because they're villains, because it's efficient. You think you're being kind. You're issuing a reaction receipt. Proof you can be moved. You think you're keeping peace. You're expanding their jurisdiction over your behavior. Now I'm going to give you 3 tactical scripts you can deploy when your body is hot. These are not inspirational lines. They're breaks. First script. Give me 10 seconds. I want to answer cleanly. Use it when you feel the rush to fill space. It buys you control without apology. Second script. Here's the single point that matters. Use it when you're about to flood the room. It frames you as structured, not defensive. Third script. I'm not available for vague expectations. Name the standard. Use it when someone keeps things unclear so they can move the goalposts later. Now the first contrast. Do this, not that. Do this. State your position in 1 sentence, then stop. Not that. Build a wall of context to prevent judgment. Do this. Hold silence after your point. Not that. Laugh, soften, or add a rescue explanation to stay comfortable. Do this. Ask for the standard, the timeline, the decision. Not that. Ask for reassurance disguised as questions. You will feel rude. Good. That feeling is withdrawal. Your body is addicted to approval. Now we leave the office. Because the place most people get rewritten fastest isn't work, it's intimacy. It's 11:47 p.m., a date, warm light. Across from you, someone answers in half sentences. Their attention slips away, then returns, then slips again. Your nervous system wants to do what it always does. Perform. Be funnier. Be easier. Be impressive. Don't name the disrespect. Don't risk rejection. That's your will being edited in real time. Here's the clean move. Slow your pace. Take a sip. Let the silence widen. Then,
one sentence. I'm not competing with your attention. Then stop. No anger, no speech. No attempt to rescue their reaction. Watch the fork. If they respect you, they correct themselves. If they don't, they punish you with attitude. Either way, you get truth. Soft power is not about winning every person. It's about refusing to pay for access. Now the second contrast. You're going to hate this one. Do this. Let some people be disappointed in you. Not that. Manage everyone's emotional weather.
Do this. Hold your boundary without explanation. Not that. Apologize for existing and call it humility. Do this. Choose the discomfort now. Not that. Choose comfort now and pay interest later. Because every time you pay the approval tax, you train people to charge you again. Now a third scene, because your shadow loves distance. Distance lets it edit. Distance lets it overwork. Distance lets it bribe. You send a clean message, one ask, one boundary. Then you stare at the silence. Your chest tightens. Your thumb hovers. And you add a second message to soften the first. Then a third to clarify. Then a smile you don't even feel. That is not communication. That is payment. Send once. Stop. Let their response reveal their respect. Here's the third contrast. Do this, not that. Do this. Make the ask, then go silent. Not that. Chase your own sentence with disclaimers. Do this. Turn uncertainty into a standard. Not that. Accept ambiguity and call it patience. Do this. Let silence do the negotiating. Not that. Negotiate against yourself. One more scene, because this is where people get trapped for years. You're in a group setting, a table, laughter, stories, and someone keeps taking tiny social liberties with you. They interrupt, they speak over you, they forget your point, then repeat it later as if it was theirs. Nothing dramatic, a slow theft. Your body registers it, heat behind the eyes, a tight smile, a swallow. And you do the old move. You become more helpful, more agreeable, more easy. You pay for belonging. Stop. Hold the river posture. Sit back. Slow your pace. Look at them once, calmly, then speak one clean line. I wasn't finished. Then stop. No speech, no glare, no apology. That is soft power. Not the tantrum, not the Cold War, the clean enforcement. And if the room punishes you for that sentence, you didn't lose status. You found the truth. Now the self-test. 5 questions. Answer fast. No stories. When challenged, do you speed up? Do you joke right after you say something serious? Do you explain your intentions before anyone doubts them? Do you agree quickly, then resent it later? Do you correct details to avoid naming the real stake? If you said yes to 2 or more, your frame is negotiable, and negotiable frames get rewritten. That's the negotiable frame. You don't notice it until you're exhausted, until you're resentful, until you're performing competence while feeling hollow. Now I'll give you the missing piece. The thing most people skip because it feels too simple. You can't hold soft power with words. You hold it with your body. If your body is frantic, your words don't matter. If your body is stable, your words become heavier. So add one physical rule to the protocol. Still hands. When you feel heat,
your hands want to do something. Tap, fidget, smooth your sleeve, grip your cup too hard. Those are not habits. Those are bids for relief. Still hands is a boundary your body can't talk you out of. It forces the nervous system to endure, and endurance is what turns calm into authority. Now audit yourself fast. 7 items, no drama. I know the stake of this conversation. I know my forbidden motive. I chose one outcome. I removed my compensation behavior for 1 minute. I used a 2-second pause at least once.
I spoke in single sentences when it mattered. I let discomfort exist without rescuing the room. If you can't check at least 5, you are improvising. Improvising feels free. Improvising is where your body sells your will. Now the 7-day protocol. Measurable. No romance. No identity talk. Only behavior. Day 1. Pressure log. After every meaningful conversation, write 1 line. What did I attempt to control? Tone, perception, outcome? Minimum 3 logs. Day 2. 1 minute clean speech. In one conversation, speak only in single sentences for 1 minute. No disclaimers, no jokes. 1 successful minute. Day 3. Silence reps. Use a 2-second pause after a key sentence 3 times. 3 pauses. Count them. Day 4. Compensation removal. Remove your default betrayal style in 1 high-stakes talk. 1 talk. No relapse. Day 5. Standard demand. Use the phrase, "I'm not available for vague expectations." Name the standard. 1 standard clarified. Day 6. Boundary without heat. Say no once without explanation. No apology, no lecture. Clean no. Clean next step. Day 7. Live intercept. Run the counter-protocol before a conversation. Then review after. What changed? What resisted? What improved? Trade-off truth. When you stop performing usefulness, some people disappear. You lose the comfort of being needed. You gain the clarity of who respects you. That is Lao Tzu's soft domination in reverse. You don't dominate them. You stop being dominatable. Now, the final mirror. Lao Tzu's soft power is not passivity. It's the sovereign mindset in quiet form. Not domination by force, domination by inevitability. Water doesn't become stone to win. It stays water, and it wins anyway. That's you when you stop bargaining. And here's the measurable experiment. 3 days, 1 minute per day. Choose 1 compensation behavior: over-explaining, joking, pleasing, correcting. Remove it for 1 minute in a real conversation. Don't announce it, don't perform it. Do it silently. Then track the result. Who leaned in? Who got clearer? Who resisted? Who suddenly respected your boundary? Comment your data, not your story, your data, because data reveals who is trying to extract from you and who respects you when you stop paying. Next video, we go darker. The frame trap. Why you lose the moment you accept their premise.